me tell you something right now. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your invitation to grow, to evolve, to transform. You keep asking for strength, but when life gives you resistance, you run. You ask for greatness, but when the pressure hits, you back off. You can't get power without pain. That's the price of admission. See the difference between people who rise and people who fall? It ain't talent, it's not luck, it's not money, it's what they do with the pain, because the pain will come. Life doesn't hand out victories for free. You got to earn every inch, and the currency is struggle. It's late nights, it's setbacks, it's heartbreak, and you don't get to skip the process. You got to stop thinking the pain is punishment. It's not. It's education. Pain is teaching you something. It's showing you where you're, and every moment you spend running from that pain is a moment you're running from your potential. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you want to be powerful, if you want to be unstoppable, if you want to live a life that matters, you got to stop avoiding pain and start using it. Let it sharpen your vision. Let it fuel your grind. Let it harden your mindset. The people who make it in this life, they don't have less pain. They just refuse to waste it. Every tear, turn it into hunger. Every scar, turn it into wisdom. Every loss, turn it into fuel. Turn pain into power. That's how legacies are built. That's how leaders are made. That's how champions rise. Pain is a catalyst for growth. It's not just something we endure. It's something we learn from, something we grow through, and ultimately something that transforms us. Most people want the success, the glory, the breakthrough, but they don't want to go through anything uncomfortable to get it. They want the result without the process. But here's the truth. Growth never happens in comfort. You don't get stronger by sitting in the safe zone. You grow when you're stretched, when you're tested, when you're under pressure. Pain is life's way of breaking down what's weak in you so it can rebuild what's strong. Think about it. When do we learn the most in life? It's rarely during the smooth seasons. We don't grow the most when everything's perfect. We grow when the storm hits. We grow when the plan fails. We grow when we're forced to ask hard questions and face parts of ourselves we've been avoiding. That's when the mirror is held up. That's when we get real, and that's when growth begins. Pain exposes what needs to be worked on. It reveals the cracks in your character, the gaps in your discipline, the flaws in your mindset. If you let it, pain will teach you more than success ever could. Success can make you comfortable, complacent, but pain keeps you sharp, pain keeps you hungry. It forces you to adapt, to level up, to transform. It's the gym for your soul, the weight room for your will. But here's where people get it twisted. They think pain is the final destination. They think the struggle is the end of the story. No, pain is just the process. It's a part of the journey, not the end. You don't stay in pain. You pass through it. You grow through it. That's why you can't quit in the middle of it. That's why you can't tap out when it gets hard, because the breakthrough is on the other side of it. The power is on the other side of it. You gotta endure the heat if you want to come out refined. You ever notice how pressure turns coal into diamonds? Same principle. You are being refined by the pressure in your life. You are being shaped by the struggle. And I get it. It doesn't feel good. Growth rarely does. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely. It's painful. But it's necessary. That pain is your teacher. And if you lean into it instead of running from it, you'll walk away stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next level. The world tries to tell you pain is something to be avoided at all costs. Numb it, ignore it, escape it. But that's not power. That's fear. Real power comes when you embrace the pain and allow it to do what it was meant to do. Develop you. Use it. Let it wake you up. Let it shift your mindset. Let it fuel your fire. Don't waste your pain. Transform it. Because the pain you're going through today might just be the exact thing that prepares you for the opportunity of tomorrow. It might be the reason you finally change. It might be the very thing that shapes your legacy. So stop asking for easy. Start asking for strength. Don't pray for the struggle to go away. Pray for the courage to rise through it. Because the moment you understand that pain is your catalyst, not your curse, you'll start to grow in ways you never imagined. Redefining your story is one of the most powerful things you can do with your pain. So many people walk around carrying shame, guilt, anger, regret, all tied to things that happened to them or choices they made. But here's the truth. Your past does not define your future unless you allow it to. Pain is part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the end of it. It can be the turning point, the chapter where everything changed. The moment you decided that your life was going to be more than your struggle. See, every story we tell ourselves matters. The way you interpret what you've been through shapes your identity. If you keep telling yourself you're broken, you'll act like you're broken. If you keep telling yourself that you're a victim, you'll keep living like one. But the moment you start rewriting the script, the moment you decide that the pain didn't break you, it built you, everything shifts. You stop seeing yourself as weak and start seeing yourself as a warrior. You stop seeing your trauma as a curse and start seeing it as a lesson that made you stronger. This isn't about ignoring the pain. This isn't about pretending it didn't hurt. It did. It hurt deeply. It shook you. It changed you. But now that pain has to serve a purpose. So you get to decide whether that moment becomes the reason you give up or the reason you go harder. You can let it keep you stuck or you can let it push you forward. That's the power of perspective. That's the power of reframing your story. Some of the most successful, driven, resilient people in the world didn't get there because life was easy. They got there because they learned how to turn their pain into fuel. They got tired of replaying the same cycle. They got tired of replaying the same narrative. So they changed it. They took the same story that once held them back and flipped it into the very reason they couldn't stop. You have that power too. But it starts with a decision to stop letting your past be your prison and start letting it be your platform. A decision to speak to yourself differently. To stop saying, why did this happen to me? And start saying, this happened for me to rise. Because every painful chapter still has the potential to lead to a powerful ending if you keep writing. Most people quit in the middle. They freeze the frame. They define their entire life based on one season, one mistake, one tragedy. But you're not done. You're still breathing. And as long as you've got breath in your lungs, you've got the ability to redefine everything. You've got the ability to shift the narrative from pain to purpose, from break. And hear this. Your story, when redefined, doesn't just empower you, it empowers others. There are people out there who need to see someone who went through what they're going through and came out stronger. Your scars can be someone else's survival guide. Your journey can be the light someone else is looking for. But that only happens if you choose to stop hiding your pain and start owning your power. So today, make the decision to take back your pen. Rewrite your story, not with lies, not with denial, but with strength, with truth, and with the determination that you will not be defined by what broke you, but by how you rebuilt. Let your pain become the prologue to the most powerful chapter of your life. You're not a victim of your story, you're the author of your comeback. The power of purpose is what transforms pain from something destructive into something that drives you. Without purpose, pain feels like punishment. It feels random, unfair, and unbearable. But when you know your why, when you understand the reason behind your grind, your hustle, your sacrifice, then pain becomes part of the journey, not the end of it. It becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Purpose doesn't take the pain away, but it gives it meaning. It puts it in context. And when pain has meaning, you can survive it. You can push through it. You can rise from it. See, people quit not because they're weak, but because they've lost sight of their purpose. They forgot what they were fighting for. They forgot why they started. When you don't have a clear vision for your life, pain will break you. But when your purpose is strong, your spirit becomes unshakable. When you're locked in on something bigger than yourself, whether it's your family, your future, your dream, your calling, then the pain starts to work for you instead of against you. Think about it like this. Every great structure is built on a strong foundation. Your purpose is that foundation. When storms come, and they will, it's your purpose that keeps you grounded. When life hits hard, it's your purpose that keeps you from falling apart. You stop running from the pain and you start running towards something greater than the pain. That shift changes everything. You start to look at every obstacle, every setback and say, this is making me better for what I'm building. You start to embrace the process, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Purpose makes the process worth it. Athletes don't train for fun. They train because they're chasing a championship. Entrepreneurs don't work 18-hour days because they enjoy suffering. They do it because they're building something meaningful. Purpose makes pain feel like an investment, not a punishment. When you have purpose, pain becomes fuel. It sharpens your focus. It burns away the distractions. It reveals who you really are. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop letting small problems derail you, because you got something bigger on the line. You got a reason to fight, a reason to show up when you don't feel like it, a reason to push through when everything in you says quit. And here's what a lot of people miss. Your purpose isn't always something you find. Sometimes it's something you create from your pain. Your greatest burden might be the birthplace of your calling, that loss, that failure, that heartbreak. It might be the exact thing that ignites a fire in you to do something extraordinary. Purpose doesn't always come before the pain. Sometimes it's born out of it. So don't wait for life to hand you a perfectly packaged dream. Look at what you've been through. Look at what still keeps you up at night. What breaks your heart? What makes you angry? What makes you feel alive? Right there in the center of those emotions is your purpose. That's where your power lives. Because when you live on purpose, pain doesn't control you anymore. It fuels you, it drives you, it reminds you of what's at stake. And when you get that locked in, when your why is clear, then no amount of pain can stop you. You'll go through it, you'll grow through it, and you'll come out stronger every time. That's what happens when you connect pain to purpose. You become unstoppable. Developing mental toughness is the bridge between pain and progress. It's not about pretending everything is okay, and it's not about ignoring your feelings. It's about learning how to keep moving forward even when everything in you wants to stop. Mental toughness is built in the trenches, in the hard times, in the moments where you feel like giving up, but choose to rise instead. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build through repetition, struggle, and deliberate action. Pain is the training ground for mental toughness. Every time life hits you and you choose to stand back up, you're building it. Every time you're tired but show up anyway, you're building it. Every time you get rejected, fail, or fall and decide to try again, you're building it. That grit, that resilience, that unbreakable mindset, it doesn't come from comfort. It's forged in fire. It's developed when your body says no, but your mind says keep going. Most people want to wait until they feel motivated to act, but mental toughness doesn't wait for motivation, it creates it. It shows up even when the feelings don't. It understands that discipline is greater than emotion, that the goal is bigger than the excuse, that the commitment is stronger than the challenge. Pain will test your consistency. It will test your belief in yourself. It will test whether you're serious or just interested. But that's the gift. Pain reveals the truth about you. It strips away the fluff. It shows you what you really believe and who you really are. When you start to develop mental toughness, pain no longer controls your pace. It may still be there, it may still hurt, but it doesn't dictate your decisions. You begin to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. That's real power, when you can stay focused in chaos, when you can keep your character intact under pressure, when you can be tired, angry, discouraged, and still choose to move forward. That's toughness. And here's the thing, developing mental toughness doesn't mean you don't break down. It doesn't mean you don't cry or struggle. It means you don't quit. It means you bend, but you don't break. You feel everything, but you're still grounded in your mission. You still know who you are, that inner strength, that fire in your spirit. That's what carries you through the storm. Mental toughness also requires ownership. You can't build a strong mind if you're always blaming others, always making excuses, always waiting for someone to save you. You have to own your process, own your pain, own your healing. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for it to get easier. Get stronger, because every time you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You train your mind like you train your body. Repetition, intensity, intentional effort. You feed it with positive words, powerful thoughts, and focused goals. You don't allow negativity to take root. You don't let setbacks define you. And when failure comes, and it will come, you don't use it as a reason to stop. You use it as feedback, as a chance to recalibrate, as a signal to dig deeper. The truth is, mental toughness is the separator. It's what allows some people to rise while others fold. Talent can take you only so far. Intelligence can open the door, but toughness is what keeps you walking through it. So every time life tests you, every time pain knocks, understand this: It's an opportunity not just to survive, but to grow, to become stronger, sharper, more focused. Because when your mind is strong, your world changes. You stop being shaken by every setback. You stop doubting yourself at every turn. You become rooted, anchored, unstoppable. That's what mental toughness gives you. It's not just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. And once you built it, no pain, no pressure, no problem will ever be enough to break you. Choosing response over reaction is one of the most important shifts you can make if you want to turn pain into power. Life will throw things at you that you didn't ask for, didn't expect, and didn't deserve. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond to it. And that one choice, how you respond, can completely change the direction of your life. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional when you learn to respond with intention instead of reacting out of emotion. See, when you react, you're acting on impulse. You let your emotions take the wheel, and that usually leads to more pain, more chaos, more regret. You lash out, shut down, or make decisions that don't align with who you really are or what you want long term. But when you respond, you take a pause, you breathe, you step back, assess, and choose a path that reflects your power, not your pain. That's the difference between being controlled by your circumstances and mastering them. Every time life hits you with something difficult, you're given a choice. React out of fear, anger, or frustration, or respond with wisdom, focus, and strength. And let's be honest, it's easier to react. It's easier to lose your temper, blame someone else, feel sorry for yourself, or walk away. But easy doesn't lead to growth. Easy doesn't build strength. Easy doesn't move you forward. Power is found in the pause, in the space between stimulus and response, where you decide who you are and how you show up. Choosing your response is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. It starts with self-awareness. You have to become aware of your default patterns. When something goes wrong, do you shut down? Do you look for someone to blame? Do you let anger or fear take over? Those patterns are habits, and they can be changed, but only if you're willing to be honest with yourself and do the work to shift them. Responding rather than reacting also means taking responsibility for your emotions. That doesn't mean denying them. It means owning them. It means saying, yes, this hurts. Yes, I'm disappointed, but I get to choose what I do next. That mindset is powerful because it puts the control back in your hands. Pain doesn't get to decide how your story ends. You do. Let's take it further. When you respond intentionally, you actually transform the pain. You turn it into a lesson, a launch pad, a source of wisdom. Instead of letting it break you down, you let it build you up. You learn from it. You grow through it. You become more patient, more focused, more emotionally intelligent, and that growth compounds. The stronger your responses become, the less power the pain has over you. This mindset doesn't just apply to big life-altering situations, it applies to everyday moments. When someone disrespects you, how do you respond? When plans fall apart, how do you adjust? When your hard work goes unnoticed, how do you keep moving? These little decisions add up. They create your emotional strength, your leadership, your legacy. Leaders aren't defined by how they act when things are easy. They're defined by how they respond when everything is falling apart. And here's what's even deeper. When you choose to respond instead of react, you break generational patterns. You become the one who interrupts the cycle. You stop passing down anger, fear, and pain, and you start passing down wisdom, peace, and power. That's what strong people do. They stop the bleed. They rewrite the story so the next time pain shows up, and it will. Don't just react. Stop. Breathe. Remember who you are. Remember what you're building, and respond in a way that reflects your strength, your purpose, and your vision. Because that response, that's where your real power lives. Not in avoiding the pain, but in mastering your response to it.